What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today we're going to be talking about silver. More specifically, we're going to be talking about what would happen or what it would mean if silver were to plummet. I'm going to be answering a subscriber question related to this topic, along with answering a whole list of other questions as well. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos, get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, and of course, go and get your 2 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Everything will be linked in the description. So today, as I'm posting the video, it is March 6th, 2022. But I'm actually filming it on Monday, February 28th, 2022, which means I have no idea what the spot price of silver is going to be by the time the video drops, so head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. So today, we're going to be doing the weekly Q&A. I try to do these every single Sunday, and I've done them every single Sunday for the last couple of weeks. So if you want to be in the next Q&A video, head on down to the comments and ask away anything silver, gold related, anything precious metal or stacking or even prepping related. Head on down to the comments and ask away. So without any further ado, let's jump into these questions. The first question we have is coming from, I believe it's pronounced Lindale, asking me, I am 75 and may be selling some silver in the future. How can I get the best price if I sell it on a platform? How can I make the swap in a safe manner? Good question. So there are a couple of different ways you can go about selling your silver or your gold if you need to. I actually made a video not too long ago deep diving into the specifics on how to go about selling your silver if you want to, or if you're in a tight situation and you need to. So you probably want to go about watching that video for more information. I'll make this relatively quick, but there's a couple of different ways you can go about selling your silver. If you want to go about it the best way, or the generally perceived best way, it would probably be to hit the local coin shop, which is probably where you get your silver, or at least most of your silver from. Hitting the local coin shop. Now, this is generally considered to be the best way to go because it eliminates the paper trail. That's what a lot of people in the silver and gold stacking community want to avoid. They want to avoid that paper trail. A lot of them don't pick up their silver by using debit cards or credit cards, mainly because they don't want it showing up on their statement, or they don't write a check, or if they're selling their silver, they don't want to receive a check, and that's just because they don't want to get the bank involved, which is completely fine. That's fair. So if you want to avoid the paper trail, the local coin shop is probably the best way to go. However, the downside to selling to your local coin shop is that you're probably not going to get the best premium. You're probably not going to get the maximum amount of cash per ounce over spot. So right now, premiums are, let's just say, about $4. As I'm filming the video, spot price is about $24, which means $24 spot price, $4 premium means the stack price is about $28. $28 per ounce out the door, grand total. So if you were to buy at $28 and then you hit the local coin shop where maybe you're going to get $1 or $2 over spot, it doesn't really make the cut. Now that's assuming that you bought in at today's prices and you sold at today's prices. Maybe you bought a couple of years ago when spot price was only 13, 14, 15 bucks, back when premiums were only $1 or $2 over spot. In which case, maybe selling for $1 or $2 over spot today is like a massive payday for you, considering you got it for like $16 or $17 grand total out the door, premium included. But what if you sell later on down the road, if and when the spot price starts moving up even higher? What if you don't sell it at today's price? What if you sell it at, I don't know, $30 an ounce spot price, or 33 or 36? Or if and when we ever see the spot price go back up to $50 an ounce, in which case you can sell it for a $1 or $2 premium. You could sell it for a no dollar premium. and you still make out really well. But if you don't really care about the paper trail and you are prioritizing maximizing how much you're getting per ounce over spot, the best way to probably go from there is to sell it online. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can go about doing it. You could put it up on eBay or one of those other selling websites. You can advertise it on social media. Now, I would say the best way of going about doing this is first visit some of these massive online precious metal dealing websites and figure out what the average premium is on whatever it is that you're selling. So let's just say nowadays, like I said, average premium right now is about $4 over spot on a lot of these websites. Boom, sell it for $3 over spot on social media. Because in that case, everyone wins. You're getting a couple dollars over spot. Whoever it is that you're selling to is getting a better deal than they'd be getting on some of these massive websites. The only one who doesn't win in a situation like that are the big, giant, massive websites that are already making over $100 million a year. And to that, I say, who cares? Next question is coming from Red Pill or Blue Pill. Question is, when I started buying silver a few years ago, the markup over spot was 99 cents. Why is it like $6 to $10 from the mints direct? Good question, and that kind of goes, I just realized that kind of goes hand in hand with what we were just talking about when it comes to premiums. I personally don't know anything about $6 to $10 over spot. All of the premiums I see nowadays are like $3 or $4 or $5 over spot. But regardless, we don't have to nitpick over that because it's definitely not 99 cents like it used to be. Or, like when I got started stacking, between $1 and $2 over spot. See, when I got started stacking, spot price was only, well, when I started, it was 17, and during my first year, it went all the way down to, I think, either in between $13 and $14 or $14. I always forget. But regardless, back then, spot price was really cheap, and the premiums were only like maybe like $1 to $1.50 over spot for generic rounds and bars, $1.50 to maybe $1.75 for Maple Leafs, $1.50 to $2 for Silver Eagles. Those were the days. But those days are gone. Nowadays, whether it be generic silver rounds or whatever it is that you're trying to pick up, premiums are no longer $1 or $2 over spot. They are $3, $4, $5, $6 over spot, or maybe all the way up to $10 over spot, or even more potentially, depending on who you're buying it from, in which case I would say do not buy it from them. But I believe a lot of it had to do with the massive crash of 2020 that we saw. Actually, I would say that has absolutely everything to do with it, because when everything crashed in March of 2020, a lot of people thought that that was going to be the event that drove silver to the moon. So a lot of people dove in head first, not even thinking about it. Meanwhile, a lot of coin shops were closed down because small businesses in a lot of states were forced to close because they weren't deemed essential. And a lot of these online precious metal dealing websites, a lot of them listed a lot of their products as either out of stock or they cranked up the premiums, and a lot of people went into this panic buying frenzy where they voluntarily paid $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, $11, $12, $13, $14, $15 over spot for each individual ounce of silver. People went into panic buying mode, and unfortunately it taught these $100 million websites that they can charge crazy premiums. They cranked up the premiums originally so that they didn't lose currency, but they kept the premiums up high once spot price started to recover because they knew that people were willing to pay. See, that's how it works. That's the whole supply and demand thing. If people are willing to pay, you can charge whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Spot price right now is only $24 an ounce. You see this little 1 ounce silver flag bar? I can put this on eBay. This is 1 troy ounce of silver. Right now, according to the dollar bill value, this is only worth $24. I can list this on social media for $300 if I want to. Would anybody buy it? I highly doubt that. But let's just say one person does. One person does buy it for $300. I don't know why, but they bought it for $300. And technically, somebody was willing to pay, so I was able to charge. So that's how they see it. They are not interested in what's best for you. They are interested in what's best for them, because that's just how they got to the point of being worth over $100 million. So once again, as I always say, support the local coin shop. They need your business more than the $100 million websites do. Next question is coming from Jim, asking me, broad market index funds, can you elaborate on this more, please? Good question, and this was actually in reference to a video that I posted a couple of days ago, or maybe a week or so back at this point. It was about the massive wealth transfer that is coming our way, where my thesis was inflation is when wealth transfers from those who are saving to those who are holding assets. Now, those assets, as I explained in that video, can be a variety of things. They could be the precious metals. They can be a business. It can be real estate. It could be stocks, broad market index funds. These are typically the assets that people hold that usually do the best during inflationary times, because they are seen typically as a store of value. Some do better than others. Some don't do so hot and then do better in other times. They don't always move in the same direction together. But in the video, I referenced broad market index funds as being one way of storing value, where on average, annual rate of return 7 to 10%. Now, I was talking about the S&P 500, I believe, at the time. So to answer the question, when it comes to broad market index funds, it could really be anything. It could even be an ETF, which is very similar to an index fund because it's a little bit of everything. It's like a basket of a sliver of everything. So for the S&P 500, the 500 biggest companies in the US, it could be the total US market, which is, I believe, about 4,000 companies all in one index. It can be the international market. It could be ticker symbol VT, which is Vanguard's total world index. Get a little bit of absolutely everything. Now, the funny thing about all of these different index funds or ETFs is that usually they have the same exact top 10 holdings. The Apples, Teslas, Amazons, Googles, Microsofts of the world. That's typically just because they do the best. No matter what in the world is going on, they still survive and thrive. But they also consist of hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands of other companies here in the US and potentially overseas. So by investing in these, you're getting a little bit of everything from all over the world. That's what I mean by broad market index funds. Next question is coming from Levin, asking me, I was wondering if a small gel pack can be placed in a coin tube with the coins. I can't see why not, but what do I know? That's a good question, and that's actually something that I looked into several years ago, back in 2017, 2018. I was loading up on a couple of different silver and gold, some stacking supplies to help keep my coins, my rounds and bars as protected as possible. Now, there are a couple of different things you could use. I personally do not use gel packs like the silica gel packs or the oxygen absorbers. You absolutely can, and surprisingly, it's actually a pretty good idea. And it's something that I've been looking for in stores even just a couple of months ago, because the thought crossed my mind again, and I was thinking to myself, I have a lot of different supplies. I have different tubes for different reasons. I have generic tubes for generic rounds. I have mint tubes for standard Silver Eagles, Maple Leafs, Britannias, and whatnot. I have airtights for higher premium or more collectible or just simply more expensive coins. I have anti-tarnish paper. I have a lot of different supplies, which, by the way, I link all of them in the description. They're all Amazon affiliate links, just in case anybody wants to use any of the supplies that I use for my personal stack as well. It's all linked in the description. But when it comes to oxygen absorbers, this can absolutely be a fantastic way to go. And I think that this is something that'll deserve its own video. So I'm going to have to go and get myself some silica gel packs or oxygen absorbers or whatever you want to call them. I'm going to have to make a whole separate video on this, but I did want to answer the question because it's not anything that I've talked about for several years at this point. They can be fantastic for helping keep your silver and gold, your coins, rounds, and bars a little bit more protected, especially depending on if you're storing them in different ways. Next question is coming from the best looking subscriber this channel has, Mykie DYDSS2, asking me, how much longer do we have to get a luck has nothing to do with it t-shirt? Fantastic question. Now, as this video comes out, it'll be March 6th. And for those of you who do not know, the DYDSS store releases a limited edition luck has nothing to do with it t-shirt and hoodie every single year, and it goes away, it gets removed from the store on St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is March 17th. It's the 6th right now, which means you only have 11 days left to get one, and a portion of the proceeds are going to St. Baldrick's Foundation. Now, before moving on, I wanted to tell two very quick stories about this item. I wanted to tell the story of why I chose St. Baldrick's, and also why I chose the quote, the phrase, those words that are on the t-shirts and the hoodies. So first things first, why I chose St. Baldrick's. A couple years ago, several years ago actually, I was with this girl. And her and I, we were going to be going to this event that was taking place at a firehouse. And we were going to watch our friend, who was a firefighter at the time, get his head shaved for some type of a charity event. Apparently, there was this nonprofit organization called St. Baldrick's that was doing an event, shaving people's heads and just kind of like throwing a party, this big fun celebration. Everybody comes and hangs out, they get food, and a lot of people choose to make donations. And the donations were going to helping children with different types of cancer. The money goes towards awareness and research and just helping children that are in need. So it was for a good cause, and while we were at the event watching our friend get his head shaved, the girl I was with at the time said, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna get my head shaved too." I didn't believe her. She sat down in the chair, without hesitation, just got her head shaved. Blew me away. I couldn't believe it, and just due to that right there, it was just a really memorable day, and that's how I ended up getting connected with St. Baldrick's. So that's the story behind that. Now, as for the story behind the quote or the phrase, the words that are on the t-shirts and the hoodies, luck has nothing to do with it. To put it simply, being a lucky person quite literally has nothing to do with it. Being a hard-working, smart-working, consistent person that puts their head down and plows through no matter what life throws their way or what challenges they face, that has everything to do with it. And it goes for absolutely everything, by the way. Whatever it is that you're working on, whether it be your job, whether it be a business, whether it be a hobby, whether it be stacking silver and gold, whether it be an investment portfolio, whether it be a college education, whether it be learning a new skill, whether it be building a house, or whether it be working out and putting on muscle or burning fat or whatever it is that you're working on, anything that you are currently working on, any project that you have, and if you're setting a goal for yourself, and if you're working to achieve it, and you do whatever it takes by any means necessary to achieve your goal, regardless of how long it takes you. Might take you a week, might take you 2 weeks, might take you 6 years, doesn't matter. Whatever it takes to get to that goal, it's inevitable. Once you get there, there will be people who look at you and look at your results and they just close their eyes when it comes to all of the work that you put in, and they'll say, "Man, you're lucky." And then you'll have an opportunity to say, "Read the shirt. Luck has nothing to do with it. Hard work and dedication had everything to do with it. That's what the shirt is all about. That's why I chose that quote. And like I said, it can go for absolutely everything. I even get comments on my channel saying, oh, you got 17,000 subscribers, you're so lucky. Am I lucky? I personally don't think so. Because just like everybody else on the internet, I started with 0 subscribers. How did I get to 17,000? I'll tell you the secret. I filmed, edited, and uploaded a new video every single day, no matter what in the world was going on, Monday through Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Weekends, holidays, pandemics, end of the world, doesn't matter. No matter what, no excuses, I chose to post a new video every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. For now, 6 years and 1 month. For those of you who are wondering, that totals over 2,000 videos. By the way, over 2,000 days. Without missing a single day. I haven't missed a video. If it's a new day, there's a new video on this channel. That's just the way it works. Now, is that sustainable for the long term? Absolutely not. Will I be doing 7 videos a week for the rest of my life? I highly doubt that. I love making the videos, but I think at some point in the future, maybe another year or so, I'll drop it down to 5 days a week, Monday through Friday instead. But regardless, right now, that's just what I've been doing. And a lot of trial and error had to do with it. And luck had absolutely nothing to do with it. Luck played no role in filming videos every day. Luck played no role in editing all of those videos. Luck played no role in posting all of those videos. And doing everything that I've done for this channel. And all the other projects that I've worked on as well. The VIP club, everything that I do. Luck has nothing to do with it. Hard work has absolutely everything to do with it. So, coming around full circle, that's the story behind this particular item of merchandise. Again, if you want to pick one up, you only have 11 more days to do so. And by picking one up, you're going to be pretty much killing 3 birds with 1 stone. Number 1, you'd be supporting a small business. DYDSS is a small business, and I'm all about supporting small businesses. 2, you'd be raising a little bit of money for St. Baldrick's Foundation, which is working to help children with cancer. It's a beautiful thing. And of course, 3, which is probably what you would care the most about, you're getting a t-shirt or a hoodie that has motivation printed on it and a story that goes along with it. So if you want to get one, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you in advance for supporting a small business. Link in the description. And now moving on to the next question. This is actually the final question of the night. Coming from Fugitive Irons asking me, gold is up in value, but what happens if it plummets? So I'm going to lump in silver as well. Silver and gold up in value, but what happens if the spot price of silver, what happens to the spot price of gold, plummets? I'm assuming that's what they mean. The question was about the value. Now, silver and gold, the good thing about silver and gold, see, this is what I like about the precious metals. They will always have value. They will always be important. They will always be needed. The intrinsic value will always be there. Silver and gold are used all over the planet in all different industries for all different reasons. Silver and gold are fantastic conductors of both heat and electricity. Silver is the most reflective metal on the planet. Silver is also used in cars, medicine, batteries, photography. It's used all over the place. Gold is used all over the place as well. Jewelry, there's silverware. The precious metals are incredibly important. Silver alone has over 10,000 different uses. So the way I see it, the way I've always seen it, is that the precious metals are almost like an investor. Not an investment. I don't consider them to be an investment, but I said investor. Like a person that invests, a very diversified investor. Reason I say this is because with all of these different industrial uses, if one thing becomes obsolete, okay, it still has thousands and thousands and thousands of others. So the value will always be there. Spot price, on the other hand, doesn't necessarily need to reflect the value. Spot price is just the price. And as they always say, price is what you pay, value is what you get. So I personally don't mind paying what the spot price says, plus a little bit of a premium, because premiums are not really able to be escaped. Value is what I get. So I'm exchanging a little bit of currency for value. I'm exchanging currency, which is dying as the day goes by. Every second of every minute of every hour of every day of every week of every month of every year of every decade, the dollar bill just gets weaker and weaker. So, by the way, not to answer your question with a question, but let me just point out, what happens when the dollar bill plummets in value? What then? But anyway, to the question, the value will not plummet. The value will always be there. Spot price, on the other hand, that's a different story. What if the spot price of silver or the spot price of gold plummets? It very well could. It has in the past. Just like the value of homes have plummeted in the past. Or we've seen, a housing crash or a stock market crash. There are different types of crashes. That's just part of the game. There will be crashes. There have been in the past, and there will be plenty in the future, guaranteed. But I believe the precious metals will always have the power to bounce back. I believe that they're resilient. I believe that they have proven themselves able to do that. Reason I can say that is because thousands of years later, they're still here. They've been money for thousands of years. They've been money since before currency was even a concept. They've always existed. They are internationally recognized as money. They are constitutionally recognized as money. They are biblically recognized as money. And they represent wealth. They represent value. They represent something that will not go away. Are they invincible? No. Will they take punishment? Absolutely. But I personally believe that during these times, these inflationary times, where inflation's at 7.5%, and God only knows what the February inflation report is going to inform us of, coming out in just a couple of days by the time this video posts. God only knows. But during these inflationary times, why in the world would I want to hang on to the dollar? Inflation means the dollar bill is taking punishment. Inflation doesn't mean silver and gold are taking punishment. It doesn't mean the stock market's taking punishment. Now, silver and gold and the stock market and real estate and businesses, they may take punishment, but not necessarily due to inflation. The dollar bill takes punishment due to inflation. And like I said originally in that wealth transfer video, inflation is when wealth transfers from those who are saving to those who are holding assets. Now, certain asset classes will outperform others, but if they're all moving, or for the most part they're moving in an upward direction, I'm happy, I'm satisfied. Again, diversification is key, so I don't think you should be 100% in precious metals. I think you should be in precious metals, but I think you should be in other things as well to balance everything out a little bit. So those are some of my thoughts on what happens if spot price were to plummet. I don't really care. When I started stacking, it was $17. During my first year, it dipped all the way down to $13, $14. It started climbing its way back up to 17. Then it got to 18. Then it got to 19. Then boom, March of 2020 happened and it got chopped all the way down to like $11 and change. Overnight, in the blink of an eye. Was that an intense thing to go through? Sure. Was that the most pleasant thing to look at? Not really. I mean, obviously, as someone like me, I'm in acquisition mode, so the cheaper it gets, the better. But I wasn't expecting silver to get chopped in half. I just blinked my eyes, and it got chopped in half. Gold got knocked down a couple $100 as well. Was I expecting that? No. Was I prepared for that? No. I didn't think that was going to happen, but it did. And guess what? What happened after it fell down from $19 all the way down to $11, $12? Well, look at spot price today, for example. It's no longer $12. It's no longer $19. Now it's in the mid-20s. So spot price is going to do its thing. It doesn't matter to me what the dollar bill value attached to silver and gold says. It doesn't matter to me what the price tag is looking like. That's not what matters to me. All that matters to me is if I'm able to get it for a good price. Am I able to get it for a fair price? I'm going to continue stacking the silver and gold for as long as I consider it to be undervalued. And once it goes from undervalued to fair valued, I'll still be stacking it. And then I don't know if I'm going to live to see the day where silver becomes overvalued, but who knows? Regardless, those are the questions for today's video. If anybody has any questions for me, head on down to the comments and ask away if you want to be featured in next week's video or a future Q&A video. Anything precious metal related, anything prepping related, things like that, things that make sense for this channel. Head on down to the comments and ask away. And if there's anything that I talked about in the video that you would like to extend on, you're more than welcome to do so down in the comments. If you guys liked today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. Of course, we got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs in a bunch of different designs. We have the limited edition, luck has nothing to do with it, t-shirt and hoodie, only available until St. Patrick's Day. Get one while you can. A portion of the proceeds are raising some money for St. Baldrick's Foundation. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month, live streams multiple times a week, deal alerts on silver and gold every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. And on Saturday morning, I posted a brand new adventure vlog. Go and check it out. And there are a ton of other perks as well. And I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. VIP Club link in the description. And of course, last but certainly not least, go and get your 2 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. They're going to give you 2 free stocks just for doing so. It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. Doesn't take any time. And guess what? Once you make that deposit, you can just send it back to your checking account if that's what you want to do. And you still get the 2 free stocks out of it. Webull link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down in the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? What are your thoughts on all of the questions that were asked and answered throughout the video? If you have any questions for me, if you want to be in a future Q&A video, head on down in the comments and obviously ask a question. But if you'd also like to extend on any of the answers that I gave to any of the questions that I received, feel free to do so. If I wasn't clear about something and you'd like to piggyback on my answer and add more to it, please feel free. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.